Hey, Alec here, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you the coolest copywriting tool that I have found online. If you're a marketer, copywriter, course creator, coach, or really just any type of business owner, then this tool is going to greatly benefit you. As you may know, the words we say in our videos, the words that we write in our ads, landing pages, and emails are very important and are meant to persuade the visitor to take an action. If you're anything like me, you always have these great ideas and you go to start working on your email campaigns, your landing pages, but then you're stuck staring at a blank screen. And I can't think of anything more frustrating than when you're just ready to launch your next project out into the world. For me, this has always been the hardest part of my projects. So let me share with you the tool that I have found to combat this problem and get my copy written in no time. If you haven't seen this brand new copywriting tool yet, it's called ClosersCopy. I have been intrigued by the idea of having copywriting tools that can help me write my landing pages, emails, and ads a lot quicker than I would be able to do so myself. But what I've found is that most copywriting tools make you sit down and you're stuck filling out a huge questionnaire just for them to inject your answers into auto-generated copy, and then you have to go in and refine it. What I love about ClosersCopy is it's completely different. With ClosersCopy, it has a clean interface and it feels so familiar. It almost feels like you're working inside of a Google document, except it's not broken up into pages. It's all on one page, so it feels like you're actually reading your copy on an actual site or a funnel. It feels so good and intuitive to work inside of, and that's one of the things that I love about it. It also teaches you the great principles behind copywriting as you're going, so you really feel like you're learning to become a better copywriter as you go. I also want to add that you start off with proven sales letters, emails, and ads, and are able to write your copy and learn from that as you go. I'm going to show you more once we dive inside of a document. All right, let's dive into the dashboard and I'll show you around and how easy it is to create a new piece of copy. Okay, so once you've logged into ClosersCopy and you've made it to the dashboard, you'll be greeted with your projects. This is where your projects live, and we'll kind of get into that in a second. But what I want to talk about really quick is I actually want to mention this tip of the week. I love that they provide this because, it's just really good information on copywriting, and, I'm always looking to, get new insight on copywriting, and I thought last week's tip was amazing, and this tip of the week is really great, and it's a good refresher, and something to keep in the back of your mind is that it's always good to come back and revisit your copy a couple days later and polish it. So, this really gives you some great advice and context on adjustments to make to your copy in order to make it better and more persuasive. You can actually also come over here and get help and learn more about your projects and documents as well. But underneath that is your main dashboard with your projects. And one thing that I really enjoy about ClosersCopy is how organized it is. You start with a project, which is kind of like a folder on your computer. And you can create this to keep all of your documents organized. And inside of that project, you can create multiple documents. This keeps your main dashboard clutter-free and easy to sort through, to find exactly what you're looking for when you need it. As you can see, I've got the master copy project that's labeled Welcome to ClosersCopy, and I have a new project called Guitar Lessons. Inside of the Guitar Lessons project, I have 3 documents. Let me show you. One for an email campaign, one for a landing page, and one for an ad. And it's so nice being able to organize all of your documents separately and keep them tidy inside of your project folder. Let's go back to the projects. I'm going to create a new project and I'm going to name it Guitar Example, and I'll show you what it's like to work through it. Now that we are in our new project folder, I'm going to create a document called Landing Page Sales Letter. When you create this, you can actually just click on the Open Document button, and you are greeted with a beautiful workspace to create and type out your sales letter. What I love is that it's so intuitive and feels so familiar and easy to work inside of. ClosersCopy did a really good job of creating their user interface. At the top, you can see that you can easily change things into heading 1s, 2s, and 3s. You also have paragraph text and so much more. And what you can see is that you could create your whole sales letter in here and then copy it right into a WordPress block or an email and be ready to go. It's that awesome. So let me show you around just a little bit and then we'll start writing a sales letter. Now I quickly want to go over the 2 different ways you can add templates to your document. So we're going to go ahead and hit template library right here with the plus button, and you'll see that you have sales letters, email campaigns, and ads. You can also create your own templates, but we'll go into that in a little bit. Since we're writing a sales letter, we're going to go ahead and start with sales letter. Then you go ahead and you get advice from Nico, and then you can decide which sales letter you want to start with. If you want to start with Quick Start, Ultimate, Story, or Book. I'm going to go ahead and just click on Quick Start. And then it's broken down into all of the pieces of this sales letter, and I love this. So we can start with headline, and again, you get advice from Nico, and you're prompted to also use the headline generator if you want to. And what I love is that you can take any of these headline sections, which are called copy blocks, by the way, and you can drag and drop them right into your document. And they're going to drag and drop right into wherever your cursor is. And you're actually able to edit any piece of this headline, not just the highlighted portions. And we'll get into that again too in a minute, but I just want to quickly show you the copy blocks and how you can add templates. You can also close this and actually go down the portion of the sales letter and get into the pain or problem using the advice from Nico to help you write your copy. But you can actually go down the entire sales letter in this format and add your copy blocks right into your document. Now there's another way to add your template in, and I'll show you that as well. But before I do, I just want to quickly mention that right now I believe there's something like 350 plus copy blocks, and they're continually adding to these all the time. So right now, as you can tell, they've got sales letters, emails, and ads, and of course you can create your own template as well. But if you go into your email campaigns, you can see there's things like subject lines, the perfect email script, cart abandonment, story training welcoming, discount promotions, webinar invitations, subscription upgrade features, and just so many things that you could use for cold emails. It's literally got everything that you could need. When you get into the subject lines, it's going to be broken up into, sometimes they're broken up into collections and different things that you can use. So there's so much here that you can use, and it's really awesome. And this template library in the copy blocks are ever growing. I've also seen that they said they're making major template updates very soon, and they're going to be adding things like Google ad copy. They're going to be adding things like virtual summit copy, website copy, more niche specific copy, and things like that. And there's a lot more to come. However, even in its current state, I could see how you could write sales letters, emails, and ads for any industry just the way that it is. So now let's go ahead and we're going to delete all of this. Now the other way that you can add copy to your document is through the copy wizard. And this is how I've typically been creating all of my sales letters, emails, and ads so far. You can actually go ahead and hit create, and they're broken down into like levels and things like that. I'm going to get into this in a minute because when I actually write out the sales letter for you guys, I'm going to be using the wizard. But I want to quickly show you around the document space and the editor and how you can use the tools that are given to you. So on the right hand side, you can see that we have a sidebar and we have a headline generator. This headline generator is really cool, and it gives you a little tool that you can just input some information, and it says proven headlines are just one click away. And so you can input all of your information that you would want to and generate quick and easy headlines. And you get tons of headlines that are available to you. I think it's really awesome. And then you can just add those to your document right away. And also, if you want to get a little bit more information into your headlines, you can have this extra section pop up and then insert a couple more pieces right here. And then all of this can be put into your headlines as well. And what you'll notice is that that headline that we added is now in our document. Now, the next thing that we have available to us is power words and sensory words. Power words are super awesome. I can't think of any other tool that does this. They're perfect for when you need a word for an emotion that you're trying to convey. And you can actually search for it too. Let me show you guys. So if I'm, angry or I'm sad, I can type in sad and sadness pops up and you can see all of these good power words that are linked to an emotion. And I think that's super awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this, but you can see how in the power words, there are just pages and pages of these, there are pages of these power words, 11 pages with different categories of anger and, sadness and authority and just so many things. And I think that when you go through this, you'll see how valuable this is, because when you have an emotion that you're trying to portray in your copy, this will give you some really good ideas on words that you can put in there that's going to resonate really well with your audience and the way that they're feeling. The next thing is sensory words. And this is similar, but this has to do more with your senses, such as feel, hear, see, and taste. And you're able to find words that match the sense that we're trying to explain in our copy. And when we find the right word or phrase, it can really convey so much more to our audience. And again, it's so easy to search for a sense. And again, there's already 7 pages of just sensory words in here. And I think that that's super awesome. I won't go and show you every page, but I just think that that's really cool and I wanted to share that with you. There's also a thesaurus feature, and I think that this is really cool. So if I was typing in and I'm, I want to look up some words for mad, they're going to show me some words that I could use, that I can input into my copy that are not going to be mad. Maybe you're looking for a word that means the same thing but sounds a little bit better, or you might be looking for another word that means the same thing because you've said that word over and over in your copy, but you don't want to sound redundant. And so this is a great tool and resource to have available right here without having to change tabs, and you have everything available to you right here. The next thing is share access. And I think that this is super cool. You can give somebody reading or reading and writing permissions and get a shareable link that you can actually send out to somebody. And then you can create your own templates as well. And so that is the right-hand sidebar. When you get into the left-hand sidebar, you can actually get into things like the advice, highlights, full screen, download, and your tour. When you click on this, you'll get an automatic tour of how to use all the different resources that are available to you on the right-hand sidebar, the left-hand sidebar, and so on and so forth. We'll go into the left-hand sidebar in a minute because you mostly use the left-hand sidebar as you're writing into your document. And so let's go ahead and actually start creating a sales letter. So we're going to go ahead and click on the copy wizard. And the coolest thing about the copy wizard is it's basically a guided creation process when you're creating your sales letter, email, or ad. So let's go ahead and hit create. And I'm just going to go ahead and start with the quick start, the rookie. I think it's something quick and easy to get through, and I just want to show you how great it is to really knock out an amazing sales letter with the wizard here. Okay, so perfect. The first thing that we see is that we're greeted to the headline portion of the wizard. So we can see we have 7 steps that we need to get through, and so we're going to be able to get all through these. You can see advice on this section, and if you scroll down, you can actually see more insights on this template as well. So it's really great to get advice on each section that you are about to edit, and then you can go through and look at all the different options for headlines that are available to you and decide which ones you actually want to use. And you can actually scroll through these using the dots here, or you can go through with the arrows back and forth and really read through all of these awesome headlines that they have available. I really like this one, so I'm going to go ahead and just start with this one. So you can actually edit any of this text. You don't have to just edit the highlighted text, but the highlighted text is the portion that if you change these out, you can use the framework of this proven headline and then implement your industry into it. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to say something like, enjoy a guaranteed breakthrough in your guitar playing. Let's see. And we'll take this section out. without learning how to read music or playing music you don't enjoy. And then we'll say simply by using our 5-step formula to fretboard freedom. And that is going to be my headline. And I like that. Enjoy a guaranteed breakthrough in your guitar playing without learning how to read music or playing music you don't enjoy simply by using our 5-step formula, word freedom. We're going to hit save and next. And now we're moving on to the pain or problem section. Again, you have advice on this section, which is great, and you can read more about that advice. You can also see the insights on the template right underneath. So let's go ahead and let's just start filling out the highlighted portions. So now we have the pain or problem section. If you're not improvising at the level you would like to be, if you're willing to change your destiny but don't know where to start, if you wish you had a personal guitar teacher who would look over your shoulder and guide you through your playing, but you can't afford to hire a good one, then this message is for you. Here's why. You can now replicate my results as you walk through my system for the next few weeks and learn how to improvise with freedom on your guitar, even if you have zero experience. And you need to realize there is a cost to not dealing with this. And I like that section. So we're going to go ahead and save that and move on to the third section, amplification. So now we're going to create this headline for this portion. And you're going to see I'm actually going to kind of take out some of the highlighted portion. And I'm going to say, if you ignore the fretboard and learning how to navigate it, or how to navigate through it, I'm going to say it just gets worse. And I like that. Now let's go ahead and kind of fix up the body copy here using the highlighted portions. As you can see, I took out a word that wasn't highlighted because I think I would like to just say the daunting task of learning how to improvise on guitar is trying every new strategy that you find on YouTube. Perfect. So now that I've completed this section, I really like the way that this is looking. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save and next. And on the solution section, you can see again, we've got the advice. We've got a little bit more advice from Nico saying sell the transformation of your solution, list the features, show the advantages, and point out the benefits. And so I think that this is really cool. And again, we've got more insights on the template here. So let's go ahead and fill this out. All right, so now I actually have the whole solution section done, and that was so simple and easy to get done. So now I'm going to go ahead and go down to the fourth section, or the fifth section, which is the testimonial section. And I'm going to write in what 2 of my students have had to say about me, and I'm going to just go ahead and type that in now. Okay, so now I have the whole testimonial section filled out, which is quick and easy. Grabbing my testimonials from my clients. We are now on to the 6th section, which is the offer. And again, we've got advice on this. Advice from Nico. We've got our wizard and the more insights. Let's go ahead and fill this out. And you can see that sometimes I add things in that aren't in the highlighted sections. And I think that's cool that I'm able to do that right away and, you know, not being given auto-generated copy with things that I filled in. And then it's like, that copy doesn't even make sense, whereas I'm actually just editing the copy as I go, and everything makes sense. So let's keep going on this. All right, I like that section. Let's continue off onto the 7th section. And of course, we get our advice and our insight. Cool, I like that section. And now we'll finish it off, and it's gonna import all of that copy right into my document. And you can see it's all on one really nice page, formatted beautifully. And I can see my whole sales page right in front of me, my whole sales letter. And I can copy and paste this right into my funnel. Now, I want to actually go ahead and show you the left-hand side panel now. So what's really cool is that we can take the highlights on and off. And so all of these sections here are some of the sections from the wizard. And when you take the highlights off, the highlights will go away. Now, if for some reason they don't, all you have to do is go up here to the highlighted feature and then go to the none. And so these things, for example, I'll go ahead and take this whole thing and just hit none. And anything that I want to not be highlighted, I'll go ahead and just highlight all of it and take the highlights away. But now you can see that I have a whole sales letter here that originally started as a copywriting sales letter and now is a sales letter for a guitar course. And I just think that's really awesome. And so real quick, I also want to show you that this is the advice section. So if you create a piece of copy, I'm just going to go ahead and show you really quick. So let's go to the bottom and let's go ahead and add a copy block. And, we'll just go ahead and add, let's say the quick start, and let's add a headline, maybe this one, for example. You can see that there's some advice from Nico on the left-hand side here. You can turn that off and you won't see the advice, but if you have this turned on and you see the profile picture here, you can actually click on this and you can get some advice about this copy block. And I think that's super awesome. We're going to go ahead and just delete this out for now. Again, you can turn the highlights on and off. If you want to go into a full screen, distraction-free editing mode, then you can go ahead and get into full screen. And I think that this is a really nice to be free of distractions and all of your tabs that are on top of your computer. Now my editing software is actually cutting off the very top of this where you can see the formatting features. But however, when you click full screen mode, it goes into a beautiful full screen mode with no distractions, and it's really great to use. You can also download your whole sales letter or your whole document as a PDF, a docx, or an HTML file, and I think that that's amazing. And then again, you can start your tour or you can exit back to your dashboard. But one of the best parts about ClosersCopy, and we haven't even started talking about this yet, is its insights feature. So right here, we can get the whole sales letter analyzed, and it says, hey, what do you want to have analyzed? Do you want to do an emotional insights analyzation, or do you want to do sentence insights? So let's go ahead and do emotional insights. And what I think is amazing about this, and I haven't seen another copywriting tool be able to do anything like this, is it gives you a breakdown analysis of your copy. And it says, this copy has a positive sentiment, and here's how 8 emotions are baked into your copy. It's very enjoyable. It has a little bit of elements of surprise in it. It's very trustful, pretty exciting. It's not very sad. There's no anger in it. It's not distasteful, and it's not fearful. And so that's really exciting to me, and it's a good way to see how your emotions are being baked into your copy. And so another thing too is, like, let's say you wanted to have kind of a sad emotion. Well, if you use your power words and your sensory words, those are great places to start getting a little bit more sadness in there, or anger, and things like that. And it's pretty cool that they're able to analyze all your copy and give you this analysis. Let's go ahead and do a sentence insights. Now they give you a play-by-play of each breakdown of your copy. So your headline, the next little section, all of these sentences here, they give you a score. So they give you, hey, this recommendation here is that this is a very long sentence. Consider removing a few words. And that gives me an idea, if I think, hey, maybe this is too long of a headline, maybe instead of enjoy a guaranteed breakthrough in your guitar playing without learning how to read music or playing music you don't enjoy simply by using our 5-step formula to fretboard freedom, maybe I could just say something like, discover breakthrough in your guitar playing, or discover breakthrough in your guitar playing without learning how to read music. Simply by using our 5-step formula to fretboard freedom. And now I've shortened up that headline. And so you get a breakdown step by step for every section of your copy, whether that be an email, whether that be an ad, whether it be a sales letter, or any of the copy blocks that are to come. Like I talked about, Google ad copy, virtual summit copy, niche specific copy, website copy, all of that stuff, you'll be able to analyze things and get a breakdown of your emotional insights and sentence insights. And no other tool is doing this. So I really wanted to share that and show you guys how that is just so awesome. Okay, now I went ahead and I took out where I accidentally doubled in, and I went ahead and made a sales page for this copy. Just something quick, just to put it into context of what it could look like onto an actual live website. But you can see how I have the headline here, Discover Breakthrough in Your Guitar Playing Without Learning How to Read Music, simply by using our 5-step formula to fretboard freedom. If you're not improvising at the level you would like to be, if you're willing to change your destiny but don't know where to start, if you wish you had a personal guitar teacher who would look over your shoulder and guide you through your playing but can't afford to hire a good one, then this message is for you. Here's why. You can now replicate my results as you walk through my system for the next few weeks and learn how to improvise with freedom on your guitar, even if you have zero experience, and you need to realize there is a cost not to dealing with this. If you ignore the fretboard and learning how to navigate through it, it just gets worse. What most people do when facing the daunting task of learning how to improvise a guitar is they try every new strategy they find on YouTube, new people, new advice, conflicting answers from different teachers, new courses, books, podcasts. The list goes on, but for most people, none of that works because, and then I've got all the bullet points and all the copy that you can see that ClosersCopy has helped me write. Now, I'm not going to read the entire thing for you, but I do just want you guys to see how amazing it is that with just a few minutes, ClosersCopy is able to help you create a sales letter of this caliber and get something like this out and up into the world. And not only that, but your sales letters, your emails, your ads, and everything you need for the entire funnel. And you're able to just get things rocking and rolling. And that's what I love about it. And so if you guys liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, drop a comment down below. I'll be glad to answer any of your questions about ClosersCopy if I've got the answer. And I'm absolutely loving this copywriting tool, and I think it's honestly perfect for any copywriter, marketer, coach, course creator, or really any type of business. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you like videos like this one and you'd like to see more, make sure to subscribe.